and welcome to Dr. Primo's Picture Proclamations, a YouTube web series in which I will be reviewing the most obscure and unusual films found on the planet Earth. From the greatest Hollywood blockbusters to the backyard productions of independent filmmaking, I will cover them all and review them all, and my reviews will always be accurate and 100% primo. Which brings us to today. Today I will be reviewing a personal favorite of mine, a film known as Inheritance, produced and directed by the famous filmmaker Eric Palmer. Eric is responsible for such films as Arm Wrestling Roulette and The Hunt for Bigfoot, as well as many other numerous videos which are just too numerous to mention right now. Now, Inheritance is a story that features around a young lady named Scarlett. You see, Scarlett has just inherited an old house from her deceased father. Unknown to Scarlett, however, is her Uncle Drake, who also craves the house and believes the house should belong to him. Now, Uncle Drake has very unusual reasons for wanting the house. Let's just say he's a rather ambitious individual and has plans for the future. And Uncle Drake will stop at nothing to obtain the house and his, how would you say, unique goals. To say that Eric Palmer has assembled a fine cast is an understatement. These actors are some amazing young thespians who are at the very pinnacle of their acting career, and in this film, they give it their all. International actor Justin Eisenberg delivers another fine, assured performance in Inheritance, adding a certain touch of Hollywood class to the film. So look up on IMDb, seek out some of Justin's other films, especially the spaghetti westerns. You will not be disappointed. Making her feature film debut is Amy Jo Vargo. Now, based on what I've seen in this film, you would never guess that she was only making her film debut. Her character goes from damsel in distress to, let's just say, avenging angel, if you know what I mean. One of the highlights of the film, at least for me, is that it stars one of my favorite actresses, Melissa Sapienza. Melissa Sapienza could be seen in such films as Death Board, a paranormal documentary, Summertime Flick, and several other films that are in post-production as we speak right now. Not only is Melissa a talented actress, but she's also a phenomenal makeup artist. Her makeup effects can be seen in such films as Sidling Hill and Keepsake. And let's not forget the fine acting she did in the cult classic Arm Wrestling Roulette, which was also directed by Eric Palmer. One of my favorite scenes in the film showcases the acting talents of Nikki Klaus and Shannon Nakarati, in a scene which can only be described as both erotic and extremely sleazy. Trust me, folks, when you see this scene, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because it packs a punch. The highlight of the film comes from the outstanding performance from the actor Dave Rummel, who plays the evil Uncle Drake, a character so evil that he seems to be covered in a thin layer of ice-cold slime. The character is pure evil with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. He would even give Freddy Krueger nightmares. Supporting actors play a major role in every film. Inheritance is no exception. The actor Brian Garrett plays a character who knows just how to give the woman he loves the right amount of TLC that she craves. This character knows how to treat a lady. International superstar Raymond Eisenberg brings some of that old Hollywood charm to the proceedings. Only an international character actor such as himself can add that certain elegance to a film that most actors can never achieve. Also making her film debut in Inheritance is the young actress Jaden Blatt, who brings fresh energy and a new approach to the classic role of the damsel in distress. However, unlike many films, her role in Inheritance is not just another cliche. Even though this is Jaden's first film, I expect to see her in many more films, and I believe she has a bright future in the fine world of cinema. For all you young ladies out there, we haven't forgotten about you. We have little Joe, who you might say is the eye candy for all the young ladies out there. And no, I'm not talking about Joe D'Alessandro. He's passé. This little Joe is the future. One of the things that I like most about Inheritance is it comes across not as a newer film, but almost as a throwback to the films of the 1970s. Not just plot, but actually the look of it. Director Eric Palmer has given the film a gritty 1970s vibe. I grew up in the 1970s, and back in the 1970s, cult films, and I'm talking about films that have cults in them, and satanic films were all the rage. The men behind Inheritance, Eric Palmer and Greg Moore, deliver the goods. Inheritance gives the horror genre fan everything that they want. You have an excellent story, great performances, a creepy location, a satanic cult, blood, gore, human sacrifice, sex, and a 1970s gritty, sleazy vibe that just cannot be topped. Dr. Primo gives Inheritance his highest review. In other words, Inheritance is Primo. Buy the Blu-ray, buy the DVD, rent the film on any streaming service when it becomes available, which should be anytime this fall, 2021, just in time for Halloween. So, not only does Dr. Primo tell you to check this film out, but if you don't want to listen to me, listen to this horror icon tell you that you have to watch Inheritance.
What the hell? What the hell?